Hello everyone and welcome to another Warcraft 3 replay commentary. Today we do have a match which was played towards the end of April back in 2005. It was a custom practice game between two Danish players, human versus orc here on Lost Temple, with one of the players, the human player Bjarke, who spawns down here at the bottom spawn position, who was actually one of the big names of early Warcraft 3. In 2003 he left his team PAB to join Meteor Makers and become the first ever well-known player to play for Meteor Makers, and thanks to the attention he got after winning the CPL Copenhagen later in the same year, which by the way remained his only major tournament victory in his Warcraft 3 career, he was able to contribute heavily to develop Meteor Makers to the team it became later on, and he stayed there until the summer of 2005, when after Meteor Makers merged with the Korean team Hanbit and really became overloaded with Koreans, he switched to Fnatic because he wanted to have European practice partners without lag and time zone issues. And he quit Warcraft 3 about 1 year later. He's going for an Archmage first year, usual barracks, and actually a really early lumber mill, and a scout farm at the bottom of his choke here in front of the main base. And his opponent, as mentioned at the beginning, also from Denmark, Revael, an orc player who was not the greatest Danish player, but certainly recognizable as he appeared in several online tournaments in 2004 and 2005. By the way, going for a Farseer first and seemingly standard build order. But his most memorable contribution to Warcraft 3 was when he was involved in a nickname faking affair like 3 weeks after this game was played. It was part of a Wc3 qualification clan war between one of the Danish boomtown teams, actually I don't remember which one he was playing for, and the French team Against All Authority. And the current score was 2-2, so yeah, there was one deciding best of 3 to come, which had to be postponed because the Danish player Jacob didn't have time, and unfortunately he didn't also have time at the postponed date, and so they decided to let Revael play on his account. And once the ESL found out, they banned the Boomtown team, Jacob and Revael, from all ESL events. And the funny part is actually Revael lost to Intox, so it didn't matter at all. So they got banned just basically for no reason. So the Wolf here coming in, actually doing the last hit against the Water Elemental, the Farseer here, having a little bit of experience. I think he just scouted here with another wolf, I believe so, and he's gonna go for a sneaky fast expansion here behind the Goblin Merchant. So he did a little bit of a strange build order, waiting somewhere here with his Farseer for a very long time. I think it might have been the more efficient build order to just scout this spawn position like usual with a scout peon, and then have him turn around and yeah, build the expansion here later on. I think it wouldn't have been that much of a detour, and the Farseer would have idled a lot less. But then again, maybe he just wanted to wait for the second round to start this creep camp anyways. As mentioned at the beginning, it is a practice custom game, so no money on the line, so gives the players time to try some stuff. And yeah, he's playing really passive here. Obviously Bjarke noticed that as well. His fast expansion is coming, 2 guard towers being produced here, and I'm assuming one is going to be built in the main base as well. Very wide open main base, but since there is no Blade Master in like 90% of the games back at that time, he can of course do that. So 2 grunts and a Farseer all have taken a lot of damage. He found the Boots of Speed here, really nice item obviously for him. And I'm curious if he's gonna go to the fountain here, or if he's gonna go to his Voodoo Lodge, which was built rather early. Once again, keeping in mind that this is April of 2005. So yeah, the Farseer is coming in here at low hit points. Creeps are being woken up by Bjarke. The Farseer should take care here. He's taking quite some unnecessary hits by those creeps, and he's down to 60 HP. There's still 2 more footmen here at the top. Maybe able to block. Let's see, does the grunt survive? Yeah, 35 hit points. So TP from the Farseer. Actually, 1 footman is here. Orc player needs to take care that that one won't cancel any heal salves.
Work complete.
So tier 2 has finished. The footman here is pulling back. He's really careful with that one. I mean, if I was the human, TC second by the way, if I was the human, I would definitely check for tier 2 buildings. So let's see, he is getting a blacksmith and a second barracks, so a lot of riflemen probably. So is it just blindly suspecting air here? I mean, he didn't use a scout peasant right at the beginning, so I'm not 100% sure if he's aware that it was a usual regular barracks and not like late barracks and like a quick attacked wind riders, for example, which would trigger a reaction with double barracks and riflemen. He's already started producing them, but then again, if he expected wind riders, he could just build 2 additional guard towers inside his main base. So yeah, we'll see how that's gonna turn out. Level 3 for the Archmage by now, exactly 500 experience. 1 scout footman really eager to see what's going on here at the top of the map, but he hasn't scouted the top right corner so far. Even though these boots of speed maybe could have told him that his opponent has crept there. Because as far as I know, they are only available in the corners. Let me think. Yeah, I think they are only available in the corners and at the shop, obviously. I mean to buy, not to find. And Revael takes the middle really quickly here. Obviously, it's really easy to do that with these 700, even 800 with the upgrade. HP grunts. He's adding another one, getting 1 beastry now. His opponent should reach tier 2 soon. Okay, it's got a little bit to go. Immediately getting 1-0 and 1-1 for those riflemen. He's already got 5 of them out. So really quick at producing them. But once his opponent reaches level 4-3, it's really gonna be hard for him to take those fights against the high level chain wave. But yeah, that's not the case so far.
Job's done.
So tier 2 about to finish right now. Really forward shop here. And yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and continue on creeping. Actually, his Archmage really has a lot of experience already. 1 grunt is gonna deny that scout farm from coming up, but it seems like a little bit of a push is gonna occur here. He should have seen those militia, but he just wants to do as much damage as possible. The creep set here is gonna be finished. A ring of regeneration found for the Archmage, not a great item obviously, and he should be able, with that amount of riflemen against the heroes who just used most of their mana, he should be able to force his opponent to TP out of here. 1 tower and 3 peasants have gone down, as it seems, so not a huge load of damage inflicted, and it seems like finally the footman is gonna scout this expansion here. Yeah, he does, and so he's gonna know what's up here. But then again, Revael should also have seen those 2 militia walk by here. Of course, in theory, they could have been scouts, but I think it's very likely that they are gonna take a second expansion for Bjarke. And that's exactly what they're doing, obviously as a reaction to seeing this really quick counter expansion. He should be able to afford that without his opponent really benefiting from his expansion too much already. I'm assuming he's mentioning the boots right now, because boots is the only word I understand. So Spirit Lodge build and 1 upgrade for the Shamans already coming, as well as tier 3, so we might see some Bloodlust here. Actually, both the Orc heroes approaching their critical levels here, and he's saying probably nah, which means like no. I didn't pay attention to your boots of speed. So Warmel coming here, and he's going straight for the burrows. He has one heal scroll, one protection scroll, but with those low hero levels and only riflemen, no casters whatsoever so far against Chainwave and the grunts, he shouldn't be able to do anything. So all he's trying to accomplish here is buy some time to get his second expansion up, but then again I don't really see the point of using this protection scroll here. I think he should just TP out. Orc player is now TPing in, he's going straight for the Farsi, and actually that one doesn't have anything to protect him, and he might just go down. So that's really unfortunate for Revael here, who's going to lose a lot of time in which he could be efficient. Epic shockwave here by the TC. And yeah, right now he's not going to be able to do anything with only a TC and a couple of grunts, as well as some raiders to support him with ensnares. Tier 3 immediately started, probably as a reaction here by Bjarke, who should be able to safely go to tier 3 while still gathering some rifles and casters. One water upgrades in the meantime on those riflemen. And he's immediately going for the red camp here, knowing that he's probably pretty safe to creep that one. His opponent marching out of the base right now, actually marching to the bottom. His opponent is going to see that with the scout farm though. I would have expected him to go to the top and creep his TC to get level 3 and yeah, even closer to level 5 in the long run. Because I don't see him taking a straight up fight without the fast here, without the wolves here and the chain lightning. But it seems like he might just go in anyways, and he might even get lucky here. Not really the most sensible move in my opinion, but in this case it maybe is just right. Then again, these guys both being Danish players, maybe they just know each other's habits so well that Revael was willing to take this little gamble here, and it definitely paid out. He gets the Mountain King killed. More and more riflemen being produced here. Range upgrade has already finished. I'm wondering why he's not adding sorceresses so far. He's getting the adept upgrade right now. But against an orc army without dispel, I mean, okay, he's gonna get some purge, but yeah, shaman are not really capable of purging a lot of slow and summons all the time because of their low mana regeneration. But he's just sticking with the rifleman and priest, and that's a pretty big army actually. And I'm not really sure if Revael should try and fight him, but it seems like he's trying to engage. Now he's pulling back. Okay, now he uses his town portal. Let's see if he's gonna get that raider out alive. He is. Yeah, definitely a good decision not to fight here against this fully healed army. He got a nice pick off on that low HP Mountain King, but yeah, he shouldn't really dare to go for more. Even got a little bit from that creep set. I'm not sure what item was found. Crystal ball. So of course not really the item you hope for. Even though on Lost Temple it can be pretty useful because the map is just huge and it can save a lot of time. So some headhunters added as well. Let's see how much he knows about this base. He basically knows nothing, so maybe he's afraid of some griffins already. So against a rifler caster, you don't really need headhunters as part of the army. And once again, the human player is heading in here. Mountain King is gonna join the army once again as well. He doesn't have any heal scrolls this time. He brings the Staff of Sanctuary, but without any heal scrolls, he should once again not really be able to do a lot of damage here. 3-3 in the meantime. Bloodlust now available to the Orc player as well. And he once again TPs, and this time a very good position for him. He gets 4 riflemen stuck immediately with his TP, and those should go down rather quickly. Yeah, 3 of them immediately have gone down. Once again, Bjarke is trying to focus the Farsi here, but he still has a heal potion. This time, is he gonna get out? Yeah, it looks like he's gonna get out this time, and more human units go down. I mean, he basically, I don't know if he killed anything so far. He's using 2 more priests. Let's see if one of those riflemen goes down as well. Actually, both of them are going down. 2 chain lightning, and the next priest is gonna fall as well. Yeah, dumb fight. Seriously dumb fight here by Bjarke. Losing most of his units in the meantime. He has reached tier 3 though. He has 2 expansions running, so that's definitely working for him. And he starts adding knights into his army right now. And knights should work out really well against grunts, raiders, shaman, and headhunters as well. I mean, piercing damage isn't really doing a lot to heavy armor. And a torrent totem getting added by Revael. And a third barracks. So he's gonna get a lot of knights in a very short time. And he's adding towers to his main base as well. Scouting a little bit with both his heroes. Okay, scouts at the top for further expansions, because that would probably be a move to be expected by Revael, but it seems like he's just gonna want to get aggressive straight away here. The Archmage, yeah, he probably saw that there are 2 charges of Weight of Illusion on that one, and the Mountain King is an illusion as well, and he realized that now. So he's just leaving that one alone. One of the towers should come up, the second one probably not. This forward shop is now gonna get taken down, so should probably better build this a little bit further in the back. So one of the towers is being cancelled. The second one is getting up though, but it seems like he's just gonna quickly try to focus that down. A lot of knights joining the army right now. Still no upgrades for those. No upgrades for the orc as well. And the first chain wave was casted on those. Let's see if Bjarke is gonna get into a good position here. Actually, he's taking down the tower here with a lot of his ranged units, and that's as good of a blocking line as the human can possibly get here in this narrow chop between the barracks. A couple of melee units are blocking each other here, and the Mountain King just used the staff on one of the knights, and that means the paladin is completely exposed and gets taken down here. Maybe not the smartest staff usage by the human player here, but then again, a level 1 paladin is cheaper than one of the knights, so maybe that was even worth it. But at the same time, the orc player is using most of his blocking line. There's only 2 raiders and 1 grunt remaining. One of the raiders is going down as well. Mountain King now has to use TP. There's not really a lot of knights left. He's getting to the top left side here. Chain lightning casted. There is mana for 1 more shockwave just available. 2 more knights, 3 more knights going down here. At the same time, the Farseer is taking some damage. Is there mana for another bolt? No, there's no mana for a bolt. The militia now joining call to arms, even used by the human player. And the Farseer will have to TP out here. And he's waiting really long. He's TPing out with 20 HP just in time. One Wind Rider now added to this army as well. He still only has 1 Beastry, so I don't really see the point in Wind Riders, especially as long as his opponent has a Rifleman. But never mind that. He previously lost all of them against the orc player up here. So not really sure what he wants to accomplish with that Wind Rider. But look at that knight production. He's got triple income here still, yeah, for quite a while. And he is already back up to 4 knights. He's gonna have 7 in just a second. He has 7 knights right now. No upgrades coming for those, which I find a little bit strange. At the same time, 1 Torrent is out for Revael, level 5-5. 70 supply against 69. And he's still, I'm not really sure if he's aware of that second expansion, but triple barracks for his opponent and such a huge production should definitely give him a clue sooner or later. But it seems like he's once again gonna wanna get aggressive. I mean, he didn't creep any of the top gold mines, so the only expansion he can take right now is the one right next to his main base, which in case if he loses a fight would probably get taken out really quickly by his opponent. The Archmage also level 5.5 already. Mountain King barely over level 3. The Paladin is being revived just now, so that took quite a while. So the tower is going to be taken out here. Really important if he wants to start taking a fight here, because he would just lose so much mana. Oh, what's he doing? He should kill that tower. Yeah, that hesitation cost him about 50 mana here on his TC. Bloodlust as well as Speed Scroll being used here. The TC is the first target, as it seems. Still only 1 Torrent with the Orcs army, so that one shouldn't do too much. The Rifleman, I was about to say, getting into a good position against those vulnerable units, but Bjarke nevertheless is trying to reposition here. Maybe he wants to include his towers in the fight. The Paladin now joining the human army once again. Chain Lightning used against those casters. The TC gonna have 100 mana again soon. Revael repositioning his low HP units here in the back. A nice clap against all of these units here, but not really a lot of damage to follow this up. Purge goes on the Mountain King, he's gonna have to fall back. He still has the heal potion available, as well as the Paladin, who doesn't have any mana though. Heal potion used, 30 HP, 6 HP, and the Mountain King falls at the same time. A lot of damage was dealt to those low HP orc units, but all of the knights have taken lots of damage as well, and a lot of knights are gonna fall here. Finally, level 2 for the Paladin. The Archmage needs to take care as well, level 6 for him, and he TPs to his expansion here, just repositioning the army. And let's see, 2 knights are low HP, but all of those units are gonna fall for the orcs, so I'm assuming Revael is gonna have to TP right now, which is what he's doing. 2 more knights are going down, but I think 2 more of his units have died as well. But since the knights are more expensive, it was probably worth waiting 2 or 3 seconds longer with his DP, just to win some time and to kill 2 more knights. So this Mountain King is an illusion. The real Mountain King is dead and is being revived right now. More towers added to the main. But slowly this second expansion really shows off for Bjarke. Now he's suspecting the 2 expansions. I think he didn't scout this so far. No, he didn't scout this at all. But it should be pretty obvious to him by now. I mean, his opponent having such a big army, even after losing his entire army in front of the orc base, and after losing quite some knights in the fight here as well, even though he killed a lot of stuff there as well. So let's see if we're gonna see a second orc expansion here. He's getting some mana back on his heroes, maybe a tiny Great Hall, but he doesn't have the lumber for that right now. Only has 81 number, but right now he already gathered up 3 Tauren. He's gonna get a 4th one, and he has high level Chainwave as well. I'm assuming sorry, I'm assuming he didn't skill Earthquake here. And in the meantime, Bjarke solo creeping his Paladin up over level 3. He's gonna get something, Wound Bracers. What I was about to say, these Tauren with Pulverize, which I'm assuming he researched already, are gonna add really nicely with the AoE damage of this high level Chainwave. So Bjarke is gonna have to buy a lot of heal scrolls. Where's the Mountain King? Okay, he is the target of mass teleportation. So far, 0 heal scrolls. Actually, he didn't include the Paladin in his mass teleport. I'm wondering if he was at the maximum limit of units here, or probably the Paladin was out of range. I didn't pay attention. And another expansion is going to be built here by Bjarke. Let's see if he's going to send these wolves to do some scouting. Once again, Bjarke is scouting at the top for further expansions, but I'm assuming Revael is going to build the expansion here right next to his main base. And once again, it seems like he's going to want to get aggressive. 2 heal scrolls bought by the Archmage now, so he's got everything this shop has to offer. And with the Orc army coming in from the right hand side here, the Mountain King is completely exposed. Revael immediately clicks at him, sees there are no items on the Mountain King, so only the Paladin's heal and the heal scrolls on the Archmage. Maybe he can pass a heal potion here. It seems like he didn't succeed, but nevertheless the Paladin is able to provide the heal necessary to keep this Mountain King alive. Now the Orc player switches targets. First, Shockwave is going in, level 6 TC due to killed Water Elemental, and once again a lot of damage dealt. There you can see the damage of this Pulverize as well. Polymorph used on one of the Tauren here. TC shouldn't really be the target of Bjarke here, and he has to get out of the fight. Yeah, he has to use his ultimate. Everything is slow, and he only has 1 heal scroll remaining, which probably was on cooldown as well on the Archmage. He could have passed it, but yeah, why try and take this fight when there is no chance of winning it in the long run? So the Orc heroes are out of mana. Let's see. Okay, there's plenty of Bloodlust remaining, and if the Archmage just went to the shop immediately and got a scroll of regeneration, I feel like he probably would have been able to use his ultimate to get back in here, or probably a TP, because you cannot position the Archmage's ultimate. He would just spawn like here. With a TP he could get up somewhere more safe, or probably here in the back to the Shaman and Headhunters. But, okay, he's sending out an invisible knight now, so probably some mass teleportation action, and he's not gonna try and defend us, even though the orc heroes are pretty low on mana. And he's adding a Griffin Aviary, probably a smart choice, because everything Revael has is not good against Griffins. So Tauren obviously are hard countered by Griffins. The Headhunters don't really do a lot of damage against Griffins, and the Shamans basically don't do any damage against Griffins, even though heavy light armor takes extra damage by magic damage. I mean 8 to 9 damage on one of those Shamans doesn't really bother Griffins. But yeah, mass teleportation. Anyways, going into the back of this army, the orc player decides not to TP back here, so he's gonna try and take this expansion down. We're gonna see if Bjarke is gonna TP back here, but I'm assuming he's not, because his army looks pretty small. He's just gonna take down as many burrows as possible. Where did it? Okay, there is the invisible knight, so he's even positioning himself for another mass teleportation. And I'm assuming if Revael TPs in now, he's just gonna immediately trigger a mass teleportation up to his expansion. So I'm not really sure if he's gonna choose to use his TP. But then again, for all he knows, his opponent is out of gold income. Okay, actually there's... yeah, never mind. For all he knows, his opponent is out of gold income. And yeah, therefore he isn't going to TP back. So he isn't willing to play games and waste town portals against the level 6 Archmage here. But that's gonna cost him most of his buildings, and especially those tier 2 buildings really hurt him, because he is back to tier 1 at this base, and at this base, I'm assuming, was this one scouted? No, this one wasn't even scouted so far.
We're under attack. Our town is
And at the same time, he's killing an empty base here. It's not really doing too much for him. Got 50 experience after all for killing these 2 towers. But neither of his heroes is even close to getting a level up. In the meantime, still only 1 heal scroll at the human player's army. And he is scouting this upcoming expansion. So let's see if is he turning around? Yeah, he is turning around, so he is gonna try and cancel that. Which he should probably be able to, because I think Bjarke is still not going to be willing to take a fight here. And let's see, Revael is at 57 out of 30 supply. He's got 1 PN right here. Okay, the wolves are only going to be sent to this expansion. Meanwhile, the PN won the boss battle here. The PN lost the boss battle here against the peasant. And the rest of the orc army is going to heal up. So it's not going to be able to cancel this expansion, as it seems. Or is he? I thought Bjarke was going to use the mass teleportation over there, but he didn't, so this expansion is probably going to fall. Another PN. Is he going to expand here? I mean, he's got 2 PNs and he's at 56 out of 20 supply, so this guy needs to build 4 burrows in order for the orc to continue unit production, so he should probably just invest these 734 gold into items, because he's not going to get any reinforcements anytime soon. And actually, it seems like Bjarke used the mass teleportation right now to save his expansion, but he calmly picked up a couple of peasants from his main base first. So probably a wise decision, and he still had the time to kill these wolves. Another invisible knight is being sent out here to maybe down here. Still not scouted. So maybe he just wants to kill the remaining buildings. But then again, he finally, sometime is going to find out that his opponent isn't going to be revealed, and that's going to tell him there is another Great Hall somewhere. And even the second Great Hall is coming. Even though I don't really see the point in that, because yeah, with 2 PNs, it makes no sense to have 2 mining bases. So the knight here is scouting the wrong position. The orc player, let's see, what's he getting? Protection scroll, heal scroll, and a second heal scroll on the TC. He's spending all his gold. he even cancelled this Great Horse, so I'm assuming he felt like it was a stupid decision as well. And the Orc is coming up the chokes on Polymorph Castle immediately, and he's getting in a really good position with his Tauren. As it seems, the Paladin is going to have to use Divine Shield immediately as he got surrounded by 2 wolves and a hero and a Tauren here. TC is once again the target here. I don't really see the point in it because yeah, killing him once isn't gonna do too much except restoring his mana, and a lot of damage dealt against all the ground units. 1 Griffin is now with the army, and the entire anti-air is attacking the Griffin, but isn't really doing too much damage. But on the ground, the Orc player is completely dominating. Level 7 on both of the Orc heroes, and Griffin is being healed here, and I'm assuming he has to get out there. He's killing the TC once, but as just mentioned, this isn't gonna do too much. One of the Headhunters falls as well. Actually, this hurts him quite a lot since yeah, he basically has no anti-air. So he's gonna get the kill here. He has the Farseer, the Shamans, which aren't doing any damage to Griffins, and he's got 1 Headhunter. But he's got some gold income, and his opponent doesn't have any gold income. Once this Great Hall falls, no more gold income, so I feel like he should fall back. Which items does he have? Not really a lot of items. Maybe he could creep some and get an orb on his TC and get a clarity on his Farseer, and then push because the army of Bjarke isn't gonna grow anymore. Okay, Bjarke actually seems like he saved up a little bit of gold. He has 3 Griffins out right now. He's getting a 4th one. He's also bringing this invisible knight back, so he's gonna need everything he's got here to defend. Supply-wise, the players are equal, but I'm not really sure if Revael should really push in here. So Bolt goes on the TC immediately, and the first Shaman has fallen. Divine Shield used by that Paladin, and those Tauren are not going to do well against these Griffins. So this isn't looking great for Revael at all. The first 2 Tauren have already fallen. TC is taking quite some damage as well, has to be pulled back. I'm assuming the ultimate is still on cooldown, so he shouldn't lose that one. But the last Tauren has already fallen. It's 47 supply against 18 only, and there's nothing he can do against those Griffins anymore. He doesn't have the gold as well, and there is the GG. TC is now gonna fall, but he obviously stopped microing already. Double level up for Paladin and the Mountain King, and in the end, with this really late tech switch to Griffins, which he maybe could have tried to do earlier, Bjarke takes the game with both the players being out of gold income. But then again, I feel like it was maybe not the greatest decision to go for the the final push here. So yeah, over eager by Revael, just due to the fact that he didn't have a lot of mana on his Farseer, that he didn't have a lot of anti-air at all. He could have tried falling back and okay, he didn't have a tier 3 anymore, so he couldn't have gotten an orb on his TC. So I'm guessing his chances of winning that in a straight up fight, at least, were really bad, and since he didn't have a lot of buildings remaining as well, he probably would have lost anyways. And yeah, so Bjarke stays victorious here in the end, and that is it. Bye.